happen.
Well, Congressman Smith, let me push back on you on several of those points. We now know...
I'm not surprised, but go ahead.
Well, that is what I'm here for, sir. I'm not a potted plant. I'm here to ask some questions. We now know that there were 11 different versions of the talking points. 11 different versions.
12.
May I just please go ahead? In the 24 hours before Ambassador Rice went on the Sunday talk shows, a dozen versions in all. We now know that Victoria Nuland, the spokesperson for the State Department, demanded all references to al-Qaeda links and all references to earlier warnings for months from the CIA be deleted. Here's what the White House spokesman, Jay Carney, told the media, told the country last November.
The White House and the State Department have made clear that the single adjustment that was made to those talking points by either of these two institutions were changing the word consulate to diplomatic facility because consulate was inaccurate.
Congressman, that's not the truth. That wasn't the only change that the White House and State Department made.
Well, look, I mean, there was unquestionably a dispute, as you said in the opening, between the CIA and the State Department on exactly what to put into this statement. Now, who changed what when? The dispute is clear. The dispute was how soon to leap to the conclusion about specific groups being involved in this.
Simple question, if I may, sir.
Yes,
simple question.
Please.
Was Jay Carney telling the truth on November when he said the State Department and the White House made one stylistic change? Was that the truth or not?
I don't know specifically who Jay Carney was referring to.
He said the White House and State Department. It seems pretty self-evident.
Well, yeah, but I don't know specifically which person he was talking to. Look, clearly there were more changes made than his statement made. What Jay Carney knew about who made those at that particular moment, but again, we're talking about talking points. There was no question this was a terrorist attack. They didn't deny it. I would much rather get into an investigation of the groups that threaten the U.S., how we can figure out who they are, and how we can stop them, instead of debating how one memo was put together in the immediate days after the attack.
Well, let's pick up on that. Congressman Rogers, the fact is, here we are 8+ months later, not a single person has been brought to justice. Not a single person has been brought to justice for the Benghazi attack. Has the administration done everything it could? And does the fact that these people have gone free play a role in the fact that we're now seeing militias running wild and U.S. personnel being pulled out of Libya?
I mean, the short answer is I as the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, I'm not happy with the progress of the investigation. We have a serious problem. The more time that grew between the actual event and bringing those who were responsible to justice causes us national security troubles overseas. One of the 9/11 Commission findings was that, in fact, because we did not react to the USS Cole bombing, that emboldened al-Qaeda, which they believe was a contributing factor leading to the 9/11 event. They believed that they had cover to do what they needed to do. And when you look at the trouble in al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, all across northern Africa, including Libya, the trouble is growing. It's not getting smaller. And we're seeing a more regional effort for these folks to move around. The fact that we haven't taken that step, I think, is critically important. And it's a problem, a critically important problem that we need.